Have you ever caught your fur baby completely frozen, staring intensely at a blank wall, and thought to yourself, great, the cat is broken again? Or maybe you've joked that the cat distribution system accidentally handed you a defective model that sees ghosts. Well, buckle up, cat parents, because your cat isn't glitching. They are actually plugged into a high-definition, multisensory version of reality that your human brain couldn't even begin to process. We think we run the house, but to our cats, we're basically stumbling around blindfolded with earplugs in. Today, we are breaking down 11 mind-blowing things your cat can sense that you absolutely cannot. Number 11. The invisible force field detectors. We all love those adorable cheek bristles, but a cat's whiskers are not just there to make them look sophisticated while loafing on your fresh laundry, they are a literal superpower. Those whiskers are deeply embedded sensory antennas, packed to the brim with hypersensitive nerve endings. They don't even need to touch an object to know it's there. They can actually feel the microscopic shifts in air pressure bouncing off the furniture. So when your cat is squeezing behind the TV stand or navigating the living room in pitch black, they are essentially generating a 3D radar map of the room in real time. They aren't just walking, they are operating a highly advanced biological sonar. Number 10. The Matrix Bullet Time Vision. You know when a tiny dust bunny floats across the hardwood floor and your cat suddenly turns into an Olympic gymnast to attack it? To you, it's nothing. To them, it's a high-speed target. A cat's eyes are neurologically hardwired to prioritize motion over color. Combined with a massive 200-degree field of view, their peripheral vision is fine-tuned to catch the absolute slightest flicker of movement anywhere in the room. This is why laser pointers turn them into total absolute maniacs. You are hijacking an ancient, predatory visual system that never sleeps. When they look at the world, they are seeing it in Matrix-style bullet time, where every single twitch and flutter is magnified tenfold. But seeing the invisible air currents and microscopic movements is just the beginning. Wait until you find out what they are listening to, right behind the drywall of your bedroom. Number 9. The satellite dish surveillance. You think your house is totally silent at night? Your cat strongly disagrees. While you're peacefully asleep, your fur baby is tuning into a concert of ultrasonic chaos. Human hearing caps out around 20,000 hertz, but cats can hear a staggering 65,000 hertz. They can literally hear the electronic hum of your smart TV on standby, a bug crawling under the floorboards, or a mouse squeaking 3 houses down. And you know when they hit you with the airplane ears? That's because each ear is packed with dozens of tiny muscles, allowing them to independently rotate their little furry radars almost 180 degrees. So, if your kitty is dead staring at your bedroom wall, don't panic, but there's a highly decent chance they hear something moving inside the insulation. Number 8. The Predator Thermal Scanner. Ever wonder why, out of a whole family of people, your cat always chooses to aggressively make biscuits on the one person who runs hottest? Or why they insist on sleeping directly on top of your overheating laptop? It's not just because they like to be cozy. They are essentially walking thermal cameras. Cats have highly specialized temperature receptors concentrated right around their cute little noses and faces. In the wild, this allowed their ancestors to literally feel the radiant body heat of small prey hiding in the dark. To your cat, you aren't just their favorite human, you are a giant glowing neon heat signature in a cold room. Number 7. The Chemical Code Cracker. If you've ever seen your cat sniff a blanket, a shoe, or another pet, and then hold their mouth open in that hilarious, stunned expression often called the stinky face, they aren't buffering. They are actually downloading data. They are using a hidden piece of hardware called the Jacobson's organ, located on the roof of their mouth. When they do that open mouth freeze, they are actively pulling scent molecules into this specialized chamber to read pheromones. It's like they are accessing the room's browser history. They can instantly decode if another animal was stressed, aggressive, or sick just by tasting the air. Your cat doesn't just walk into a room. They read the chemical biography of everyone who's been there. But sniffing invisible emotions is child's play, compared to what happens when you turn the lights out. You might think the dark is empty, but your cat's eyes are picking up on a hidden, glowing world that will blow your mind. Number 6. The ultraviolet ray vision. Did you know your cat's eyes come equipped with a built-in blacklight? Humans are entirely blind to the ultraviolet spectrum, but to your cat, the world is constantly painted in glowing, fluorescent hues. Certain objects, patterns on your furniture, and yes, even the biological trails left behind by tiny rodents or insects light up for them like neon signs. So, when your fur baby is intensely focused on what looks like a completely boring, empty patch of carpet, they aren't just zoning out. They are likely tracing a glowing map of hidden footprints you can't even see. To them, your house occasionally looks like an underground rave. Number 5. The 3 a.m. Zoomie goggles. We've all been victims of the legendary 3 a.m. zoomies, where your cat decides it's time for hardcore parkour in the pitch black. But I promise, they aren't just recklessly launching themselves into the void. Cats possess a specialized reflective layer behind their retinas that literally recycles every single available photon of light, bouncing it back through their eye a second time. Combine that with a massive amount of light-absorbing rod cells, and what looks like a terrifying dark hallway to you is basically a perfectly lit obstacle course to them. When they sprint across your bed at midnight, they see exactly where your face is. They just choose to step on it anyway. Number 4. The Apocalypse Early Warning System. This one is straight up wild and maybe a little unsettling. Your cat can actually detect infrasound. These are massive, deep-frequency vibrations produced by approaching severe weather, shifting tectonic plates, and distant storms frequencies that sit way below the threshold of human hearing. There are countless documented cases of cats acting frantic, pacing the house, or hiding in the most obscure spots hours before an earthquake actually strikes. Your tiny little house panther is essentially tapped directly into the Earth's geological heartbeat. If sensing natural disasters wasn't crazy enough, wait until you realize that your cat is reading something even more complicated, your actual mind. Or, more accurately, the invisible aura of your emotions. Number 3. The invisible emotional lie detector. Pop culture loves to paint cats as aloof little sociopaths who only care about the bottom of their food bowl. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your cat is essentially a biological lie detector. They are constantly tracking microscopic shifts in your facial expressions, your posture, and the tone of your voice. Even wilder, they can literally smell the stress hormones you sweat out after a brutal day at the office. If you've ever had a quiet breakdown on the couch and your cat suddenly appears out of nowhere to sit on your chest and purr, that wasn't an accident. They registered the shift in your chemical and emotional state and made a deliberate, conscious choice to be your furry little therapist. Number 2. The planetary GPS system. Have you ever read those incredible stories of lost cats somehow miraculously finding their way back to their owners across dozens or even hundreds of miles of totally unfamiliar territory? It turns out, it's not just dumb luck. Emerging science suggests that cats might actually possess magnetoreception, meaning they can physically sense the Earth's magnetic fields. Much like migrating birds, your house cat is essentially walking around with an ancient planetary compass hardwired into their brain. So, the next time your fur baby is staring deeply into the middle distance, they might not be spacing out. They might be quietly calibrating their internal GPS to the magnetic poles of the planet. Number 1. The ghost stare dimension. And here we are, the phenomenon that keeps every cat parent up at night. The sudden, unblinking stare down a dark hallway. The slow, deliberate tracking of absolutely nothing across the living room ceiling. Are they seeing ghosts? While science can't technically confirm the supernatural, it does confirm this. Your cat's reality is simply not your reality. When they react to an empty corner, they aren't hallucinating. They are seeing a glowing UV footprint, feeling an invisible draft with their whiskers, hearing a bug in the drywall, or sensing a magnetic shift. To them, there is absolutely something there, you just don't have the biological hardware to perceive it. The next time you look at your fur baby, don't just see a cute, sleepy roommate who knocks water glasses off the kitchen counter. See them for what they truly are: highly advanced, hyper-perceptive little beings navigating a completely different universe. And yet, out of all the incredible things they can see, hear, and feel, they still choose to spend their time curled up safely next to you. What's the absolute weirdest, most unexplainable thing your cat has ever reacted to in your house? Drop your spooky stories down in the comments below. And if you want to decode exactly what your fur baby is trying to tell you, hit that subscribe button and check out our next video on the secret language of cats. You'll never look at them the same way again.